It is Monday, May 1st, day 52 on the Appalachian Trail, and it is cold up here approaching the Grayson Highlands. It was 35 degrees inside my tarp this morning. I don't know what it was outside of it, close to the same, but maybe a degree or two colder. I slept with my water filters last night, didn't want to take a chance on that. It was sleeting on this yesterday, late afternoon, and then on the tarp this morning there was a little bit of frost, and I took a picture of some frozen pellets or something on one of the leaves right by my tarp. So yeah, frost in the mountains, up in the trees. Saw that this morning when I was hiking out. But today I will cross the 500-mile line and visit the Grayson Highlands, see the feral ponies, and keep moving on. It is chilly. I've never hiked, I don't think anyway, I've never hiked with my puffy on before. Normally about a half an hour into the hike I have to shed whatever jacket I'm wearing. Not this morning. I had my trekking poles tucked under my arm so that I could keep my gloved hands in my pockets to try and warm them up and just climb the hill without the poles. It worked okay. My hands are warmer now. But man, it was frosty this morning, May 1st. Amazing. So, forecasted high for the day is only 49. Fortunately, it didn't rain last night. The winds blew. I had my rain fly in shelter mode again, pretty closed in this time. And it's windy this morning. I heard about another hiker who I'd met back in Hot Springs, Hucklebuck, and he was up in the Grayson Highlands and got blown over. Hit his head, evidently. He was unconscious. When he woke up, there were a couple of German hikers standing over him, looking at him, asking if he was okay. Evidently he had a concussion. Not sure how he was doing now, but yeah, winds are pretty strong up there. They're probably going to be fairly strong again today. They're blowing in the background. Fortunately, I'm in the trees right now, so it cuts down, but I can hear the wind up on top. So we'll have to report back in more later. It's kind of overcast, but we'll see what happens the rest of the day. All right, Patriarch checking in and pushing on. sitting here in Thomas Knob's shelter. Stopped for a little lunch, 11:15 or so. It's about 11:30 right now. And you can hear the wind blow, and once in a while a little gust. I bet there's 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts out there. Comes one. That wasn't the strongest I've seen either. Anyway, this is a nice shelter. It's a double-decker. Ladder goes up top, and so there's space up there for people to sleep as well. But it's really windy. Nice block from the window, out of the wind in here. We've got it oriented correctly so it doesn't catch the wind. Anyway, it's about time to get back on the trail. Maybe just stop it. I'm in the Grayson Highlands State Park. Occasionally you'll see one drop down, but it's actually snowing a little bit, spitting a little snow here on the 1st of May in Grayson Highlands, which is, it got really cold last night. It's still cold. I'm still wearing my puffy jacket, so maybe I can get a little more snow later on. Anyway, finally got to a piece of the trail that's pretty nice. Just talked to a family up at Thomas Knob Shelter. They're from Maryland, from Frederick, Maryland. He did a lash hike in 2017, 2018. I'm not going to explain what that means. Long section hikes, anyway. But his trail name was Cobweb. I'm not sure how much of it his wife and his daughter did, but his wife's trail name is Pocahontas, and the daughter's name is Bonkers. She stood up in the shelter too quickly one time and hit her head, but knocked her out. His trail name Cobweb came from getting up in the morning and pretty much being the first guy out, so he'd be clearing cobwebs off the trail for everybody else. This would be later in the summer when there are cobwebs going. Yeah, there's still some snow falling. Probably hard for you to see, but some really nice areas in here along the trail. I haven't seen any of the feral ponies yet, but hopefully I will in the next few miles. But yeah, this is pretty high up. And looks like we've got, oh, these are the tent sites. That's why it looks so nice. These are the tent sites that were available for people because there wasn't a lot around the shelter itself, but you've got a bear box and some camping out in there, which would have been nice, although I don't see a lot of opportunities for hammock camping in here. I think it was a good call to camp where I did last night. Would not have been fun to have hiked up to this place. And with the exposure to the wind, it would also have been much colder than it was even where I was. Okay, pushing on. And as you can see from the ice on the trail, it's still cold up here. I'm not sure when it's going to warm up. You can see from the ice, it's still here on the trail. It's still cold. Not sure when it's going to warm up. Hopefully soon. Snow coming down or not. Yeah, it's not heavy, but it's snow. More coming. My first view of the ponies. Right there. They're waiting for me. Shug was just to the left of them. Alright, so we actually have several of them right here. Coming up close. There's one right there. That was the first one I saw. Got these feral ponies. Right there. Here he comes. Don't turn around, kick me. Yeah, how you doing there, buddy? Yeah, you're doing pretty good, aren't you? Yeah, right. It's like 3 feet away from me. They're just up here grazing. Here. Yeah. Alright. Take care. Eat well. Live long and prosper. More views from the other side of Grayson Highlands. I guess this is all part of it. Through the park. Afternoon. Well, this is an unusual day. It's about 3 o'clock. I have yet to shed my coat or my gloves or my buff. It's been windy and chilly. Sun's finally coming out though. The clouds are scattering. Fortunately, we didn't get the forecasted rain, just the wind and the cold and a little snow. So I'm grateful for that. Should be able to make Old Orchard Shelter tonight, which wasn't the original intended site. I was going to try and make Hurricane Shelter. That's what I wanted. But life lesson, what you want and what you get are not always the same. Be satisfied with what you get. Because it likely is better for you anyway. It's like last night. Pulling up at, hang on just a second. Let me get a little stream crossing here. Oh, 2 stream crossings. All right. So pulling up at that stealth site was a good decision. After the climb and the hike this morning to get to the Thomas Knob Shelter, and then seeing what was available at the Thomas Knob Shelter, would not have been a smart choice. So good choice to pull up and camp in the stealth spot. So it's amazing how those things seem to work out pretty much every time. Trust your gut, listen to your body, and do what feels like the right thing to do in the moment. So that's my trail advice for today. Lessons learned from the trail. Okay, stay green, keep growing. We're pushing on.